No way. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It is Sunday. It is cooling down out there, which is fantastic. It's starting to feel like fall. I'm excited about it. Hopefully you guys are too. Today's video, we're going to do a haul video of what we found the last few days. It's not everything that I found. It's probably about 50% of what I've been able to pick up, but these are the items that you should be looking for. These are the best BOLOs out of the lot. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you what we found. First up, we've got a pair of Levi's. These are Levi's 522, which I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but it's like a black leather patch on the back. They're not the premium line, but they are a rare cut. They seem to go for like $35 to $40. Sell-through rate is pretty good on these. So those are definitely a pickup if you see them out in the wild for a reasonable price. Next up is one that you probably pass up on all the time. This is Harbor Bay, HB. This is a 4XL, so typically these are not a good pickup, but the Hawaiian style button-ups that are in like 4X, 5X, probably even 3X, are definitely something to look out for. These sell for like $25 to $30. The sell-through rate is like 60% on them. So if you can get them for a couple bucks, definitely worth picking up, and they're abundant out there. I mean, people just don't pick them up because if you look up Harbor Bay shirts, they don't sell through at all. So that's definitely something to be on the lookout for and something you can find pretty regularly. Next up is, and these are a great find, you're not going to find them often, a pair of Carhartt men's overalls. These are, I believe, vintage. I'm going to have to dig in a little bit further. But you can see them, they're a great size, so the bigger sizes for these, the better. I did pay $8 for these at a Goodwill, but these will go for $50 to $60. They're a great pickup. The sell-through is around 70% on them, so they're definitely worth grabbing if you can find them for, I don't know, 10 bucks or less, maybe even a little bit more. Great find there. These, and then a lot of them like them, these are Levi's boot cut. So any of the vintage boot cut, these are 550s, these are Y2K series, made in Mexico. So made in Mexico run went from like early 2000s up until late 2000s. So if you see made in Mexico, it's likely that they're Y2K, but they're just a good boot cut. They're a regular relaxed fit boot cut, which is in right now. Sell through on these things is like 100%. Same with the other ones. I've got a few other pairs. I don't think I included them in this this lot here to show you guys, but if you find vintage Levi's boot cut, definitely worth picking up. BC Clothing, I've showed this a few times. I did pay $6 for these. These are the convertibles, the cargo convertibles. They're in great condition. There's the logo there. These ones don't sell as much. They sell for like $25 to $30. The sell-through rate is good. Their Expedition line is the one to best look out for. That stuff sells through a lot faster and you get a little bit more of a premium out of it. But even the regular convertibles will sell through pretty well. This is Banana Republic. So I don't get everything Banana Republic, but as you can see, it is a cashmere Pima cotton blend sweater. So it's a super nice sweater, feels really soft. I could tell when I felt it. Part of the yellow tag deal, so I only paid $1. Looks like they go for about $25 to $30, so nothing crazy, but the sell-through is decent. Always be checking for materials when you're out there. So if you're reselling and you've been doing it for a little bit, if you're not, just feeling everything to see, you know, something feels a little bit different, looking for linen, looking for cashmere, looking for wool, merino wool, silk. You need to get a good feel for it. If you find something that says it and you're not familiar with what those materials feel like, sit there for a minute and get to know that feeling so that you can find it sooner and easier next time. This is a pair of Luckies. These are the 361 vintage straight men's jeans. Always a good pickup. I think I paid, what did I pay for? $6.99 for these. These sell for like $35 to $40. Close to 100% sell-through rate. For men's Lucky jeans, most of them, unless they're the skinny jeans, people don't want those right now. But men's like vintage boot, vintage straight, even the athletic fit, all that stuff will sell really well. Here's another pair of Luckies. This is the 367, so these are the vintage boot cut. A little bit better. Pricing's about the same. Sell-through is a little bit better on them. But again, Lucky's men's jeans, as long as they're not slim fit, definitely a good pickup. Let's see here. And we've got Tommy Bahama. So I typically will pick up everything Tommy Bahama if it's 100% silk. Sell-through on it is pretty good, but what makes them sell is the pattern. So if you can find one with a great pattern, something like this I would consider a great pattern, in 100% silk, I mean, this will probably go for $30, will likely sell within a month. You know, there's better patterns out there, but that's a pretty good one. That's definitely one I'd pick up. But you have to keep an eye on the pattern. Just the plain silk ones, they will sell, but they're going to sit quite a bit longer. This was a new brand. Sell-through was around 100%. It's Rietveld or Rietveld. If you guys can see that. They are Hawaiian shirts, and at first I didn't realize this thing even had a print on it because it's a weird side print on it. So these are similar to where if it's got a good print, it will sell quick. If it's not so great, it'll probably sell because they're at 100% sell-through, but these sell for like $35 to $40. It feels really nice. It feels like silk, although it's rayon, but it feels similar to silk. That was a good pickup. I've never seen one before, so I don't think they're very common, but if you do spot one, definitely grab it. Here are Miss Me jeans. If you're out and about all the time, you'll probably find these. These I paid, they were only marked at $4.99, which is great. They've got the crazy embroidery and, you know, beveled gems and jewels. They're ridiculous, I think. But they are the boot cut, which is the style that's in right now. The boot cut for Miss Me jeans has like a 50% sell-through rate, and they sell for like $40 to $50. So that's a great pickup if you can get them at a reasonable price. Here's another brand new one. Sell-through wasn't as high, but this is vintage. It's Mouse and Hoffman. This is, I think I looked, I don't think it's silk, but these vintage shirts these ones go for like $40 to $50. So this was a good brand to be on the lookout for. Although, again, I've never seen one before, so I don't know how likely you are to find them, but they're out there. Here is classic BKE. I think I told you guys about this in the last video. The lady only charged me $5 for these. So these are the BKE Jakes. So they're the boot cut, which is super popular, although they don't really look very boot cut. They look more like a relaxed straight. But the sell-through is really high. I think the acid wash will help and add a premium. So I'm going to list these probably for $40 or $45. I think they'll sell quick. Here's one I see people talk about all the time. First time I've come across them. These are public rec pants. Super nice, super high-end quality. They sell through really well. I think over 100% sell-through. You can see the little P on the back. Labeled is not a dead giveaway. So if you're just looking through racks and you just see this, a lot of times you might think, oh, that's just sheen, that's Chinese garbage, whatever. But on the other side, on the inside, they have this little tag that shows you what it is. But these go for like $35 to $45. Very nice pants. Would love to pick them up more. They're only $3.99 at the place that I got them at. It was more of a mom and pop, like church store thrift shop. I found these there as well. Found a pair just like them. I think in the last video I showed you guys. These are 33 by 30, so great size. Mountain khaki shorts. Sell through on these mountain khakis is like 70% for the shorts, and they go for like 30 bucks. Great find. Pick them up if you can get them for less than $5. This is Orvis. Don't pick up everything Orvis, of course, but this is Orvis 100% silk, and Orvis is not as known for making silk shirts, so there's not as many of them out there. It's not like the Tommy Bahamas where you can find them all the time. You don't see Orvis silk shirts that often. Sell through on their silk stuff is pretty good, around 50%, but they sell for like $25 to $30. This one I looked up. These are vintage Polo Ralph Lauren. It's the Phillip pant. So this style specifically sells through pretty well. It's like 70% sell through. These are in great condition. They were I believe a good size. Yeah, 34 by 34. So yeah, they were a really good size, and they go for like $35 to $40. So this is a great pickup. Awesome condition. Then we have a pair of Levi's, but these are, yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but Levi's made in USA. These are, I believe, 501, yeah, no, 550, 556. So they're more of a relaxed, tapered fit. But the 90s made in USA Levi's, these go for $40 to $50. Great pickup. Here is Mountain Hardwear, brand to be on the lookout for. Mountain Hardwear is like high-end hiking gear, outdoor gear. See the label right there, or the tag. This is an extra large. It's just like a base layer mesh shirt. They sell for like 20, 25 bucks, so not a huge score, but the sell-through is really high on almost all of their stuff. Here is Cuba Vera. So Cuba Vera is kind of one of those ones similar to Tommy Bahama. If it's silk or linen, definitely something to pick up if it's a reasonable price. This was on the tag deal, so it was only $1. But this is 100% linen. You don't need really the fancy Hawaiian print on them. These are more like Cuban style shirts. So just having the pockets and the little bit of like flared design here is all you really need for these. Sell-through's pretty good. It's not crazy. I think it's like 50% on these linen ones, but the linen ones go for like $30. Here is Sims. Sims, I think everything Sims right now is really good. I haven't found a single piece from Sims that I've looked it up and it hasn't had a great sell-through rate. I think the sell-through was over 100% on these vented fishing shirts. So it's a plaid vented long sleeve fishing shirt. They sell for like $35 to $40. It's a pearl snap also. It's got a lot going for it. But Sims stuff, be on the lookout for. Sims stuff is great. Sell-through is great. And the pricing is good. I'm not sure what the cost of that stuff is new, but it must be pretty high because the sell-through and the pricing on the pre-owned stuff goes really well. These are REI, not the co-op, but just REI, and they are the convertible pants. Sell-through on these convertibles was like 70%, and they go for like $35 to $40. Great find on those. Then we have Faherty. And this is a sweater, just a nice red sweater. Season's coming in. These sell for like $40. I did notice after I picked it up that in the back of the armpit, there is a hole, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to see if I can get that stitched up before I list it, which hopefully I can because it's a good sweater. It was, I think, $7.99, so I'd hate to lose out on that and just have to throw it in the trash. But that's a good one to look out for. And then we have another one I'd never heard of, so maybe you've heard of them. It's Jack Archer. And these had a 100% sell-through rate. They're dress pants. They felt really nice. And what did I pay? I paid $8 for them. They sell for like $40 to $45. So high-end men's dress pants. Definitely be on the lookout for that. They have no tag. You have to look down into the pocket to find it. And yeah, first time I've seen them, so hopefully I'll start finding more. And then this was the best find, or I guess the most exciting find, probably the best find. These are Gap salvage jeans made in Japan. I've never seen them before. They're awesome. I think they're, they got this big 1969 on the back. They've got this cool authentic label on the front, and then you can see that they are salvage. So that's how you, that's the big indicator. I mean, you can kind of tell though, before I even looked at that, I felt it was just heavy. It's kind of rigid, and they just look like really nice jeans. So I had an idea before I even looked that they were. This is the first pair of salvage jeans that I had found out in the wild. So I was super excited to find these. I was pretty giddy about it, but they go for like $60 to $70. So definitely a good find. I only paid $5.99 for them. So great find. Definitely be on the lookout for salvage jeans from pretty much any brand out there. They're just in right now. Oh, you can see on this side it says, I was looking for that. Authentic Japanese salvage. Or authentic Japanese denim, it says. But yeah, these are excellent. Definitely pick those up if you can find them. So those were the best finds of the haul. Hopefully it helped out. Hopefully there's some brands in there you didn't know yet, and now you can be on the lookout for them. But I appreciate you guys sticking out to the end. Hopefully you're enjoying your Sunday, and I will see you guys later today with the sales update.